And we are here with Matt Smith from Toowoomba, Australia. Did I say it right, Matt?
Yeah, pretty close. You get a pass on this one.
Now, Matt is one of our Rainmakers from the Phonesites program. And, you know, I'm just amazed not only by what he's done, but by how he's influenced some of the people around him. They got storm makers out there in Australia just killing it.
Yeah.
Tell us, how did you get started in your business?
Well, that's a good question, Robert. For me, I started a wedding business with my partner. We you know, we're young people, we're getting married ourselves, and we thought, how can we help people just like us? We're sick of seeing people pay all this massive amounts of money. So we came up with an idea to start a wedding hire business, and it's helping couples just like us reduce their costs by like 70%, which is great. But you need a way to reach the people that you seek to help, right?
Okay, yeah. Now,
along comes Phonesites for us, you know.
Wedding hire, what do you do when you do wedding hire? How does that work?
So we've got lighting. It's a vintage look. We've got lighting. We've got chairs. We've got bench seats. We've got things like giant Jenga. We've got all the different things that you could think of to make a do-it-yourself wedding, styled up to be beautiful and, you know, at a fraction of the cost that you'd normally expect to pay.
Now, man, I understand that you quite the entrepreneur, a serial entrepreneur. And you have
a few things going on.
You tell us a little bit about what you got going on and how you're using Phonesites to really make that work for you.
Well, I've got the wedding hire business with my partner. I'm a business consultant, so I do business growth, anything from Facebook marketing, any type of marketing actually. And in that business, I've covered a range of different niches, things from in the home improvement space, for instance, we do storm damage, roof restoration, kitchens, HVAC, plumbing.
Really?
You name it, I've covered it. I love the challenge of helping businesses grow, and that's what I do.
Now, you have a unique skill set based on what I hear. What is your gifting that gives you the ability to be so versatile across multiple platforms?
Well, I'm good at one thing, and that's creating irresistible offers and putting in front of the right people at the right time. So I've been in the BFA, the Entourage, for about 15 months now, and worked directly with Ryan on that. And over that time, I dived really deep into learning what makes people tick, what makes people buy. And I've just been practicing, and then I've executed.
Excellent.
That's what I do.
Excellent. Now, what kind of results were you getting prior to using Phonesites?
Well, in the wedding business, we actually hadn't generated any leads yet. So it's been an absolute game changer for us. I launched a campaign, and within 1 month, I think we generated $30,000 or $40,000 in revenue, and
really
at least 6 figures in bookings. So with weddings, you know, some people are very prepared, and then some people are a bit more like me, and they're like, you know, not that prepared. So some of them are 12 and 18 months out, so you don't collect the revenue, but that's how the wedding business works. Yeah.
Right.
A cool one I want to talk about is a couple of roofing guys that I've helped with, Andrew Ammons and Tim Nussbeck. Those guys are like the roofing elite, right? So we put this offer out in a group called Service Talk with Service Pros. You know, naming groups we're not overly original, but you go with what works, right? So, so we put an offer out. We said, how would you like to use one of our systems for lead generation? We'll show you exactly how we do it. And we didn't charge people much, you know, it was like a couple of $100 just to see if they're serious. And within 1 month, we've had 2 guys do an extra 6 figures in revenue and profit. And these guys they'd never built a landing page. They'd never used Phonesites. They'd never used anything. They'd never run an ad. They didn't know any of these strategies to get people into their business like this. It's been an absolute life-changing thing for them.
Wow, that's amazing. Now, what kind of tools were you using prior to using Phonesites?
Well, they were using nothing. They'd done nothing at all.
Okay.
Yeah. For me personally, as a business consultant, I dabbled with all the different platforms, right?
Mm.
I'd used I'd use lead pages, I'd use ClickFunnels. But for me, I've got this really bad neck injury. I fell down a flight of stairs 4 years ago, and I can't sit down for very long. So having to go in and sit down for 1 or 2 days to build out a full website, it was really, really tough and demanding for me. Now with Phonesites, I can sit. It's very fitting that I'm in the car, because that's where I've launched a lot of these really successful campaigns. Spending 10 minutes on the side of the road, getting something up and running from a phone that's how I want to do it. It's perfect for me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Tell me what made you decide to reach out to get Phonesites in the first place?
Well, that's a good question. In the beginning, I didn't really have a use for it. I didn't think I had a use or a need for it. And boy, was I wrong, because like I said, I was using, some of the other landing page softwares, and I just thought I'd buy it because I've been with Ryan for a good 18 months. I know his stuff works really well, insanely well, actually. Everything I've applied that he's showed me, I've got insane results. So I didn't actually have a need for it at the time. I just bought it, and I got in at the early bird special,
right?
Which, for a couple of $100 back then, it was just an insane deal. Even for $450, it's still a fantastic deal, right?
Yeah.
I just bought it. I sat on it for a month, and I thought to myself, you know what? Why don't I just give this a go and use it? And I started building out funnels and getting leads within the same day, and I haven't looked back.
Really? Can you give us some numbers of what your results have been like since you've been using this tool?
Yeah. Well, in the wedding business, we generated over 100 leads in a month, booked in, I think it was 15 weddings, and did an extra 30 grand just in that month alone. I think I touched on that one before. I think I've generated over 1,000 leads, and
wow,
these leads are high quality. They're all high ticket. The conversion rates are out of control, right? Which is awesome. That's what we want.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
So what do you think you're doing differently from what some other users may be doing that's enabling you to create the successful results that you're producing, Matt?
Yeah. I'm really good at getting the offer right. So because I've covered a few different niches in my past, I like to do a bit of research first. I'll ask basic questions online, either in Facebook groups, or I quickly search, I see what's trending, and I come up with the big pain point and I put it right in front of them. And from there, it converts really well for me. Like, I've got a free business course that leads into the program I have with Ryan. Okay. And it gets, I don't know, for next to no money, it's generated 150 leads in a couple of weeks. Really, it's phenomenal. Yeah.
Tell me, man, what do you like most about Phonesites? What do you like most?
For me, it's the ease of use, it's the efficiency and the effectiveness. I love the fact that I'm sitting on the side of the road right now. I could take a picture of this venue that I want to do business with, shoot a quick video, and within 10 minutes have a fully functional website up and running. I could send it to him, and I could be doing business with him by lunchtime. I love that.
Wow,
it's perfect for me.
That's off the chain.
Yeah.
What do you have ideas as far as your company's future? Where do you see yourself going from here?
Well, first and foremost, my beautiful partner, she is currently working in HR. Ryan says I've actually I've married Harold from HR, so I think she's Harriet, but she's a cool hot Harriet. So we're going to get her out of HR and full time into the wedding business.
Wow.
Which we're nearly at that stage right now.
So you've converted.
And we're using Phonesites. I'm helping guys that have bought the program that I have with Ryan. I'm helping them get leads every day with that platform. So I want to get I want to help 20 people get out of their boring, shitty job and do something that they actually like. That's one of my goals. I'm working with the roofing elite in Andrew Ammons and Tim Nussbeck. So we're launching a disruptive technology, and we're using Phonesites to help us do that too.
Man, I'm looking forward to seeing the stuff that you guys gonna put out, because I know you with some heavy hitters. Them guys is just crushing it, man, for real.
We don't muck around. So that's the power of this network. I got to say, that's the other thing. Phonesites has a private Facebook group, right? And anyone who's bought the platform can go in there. So every day of the week, I'm in there. I'm helping people with their offers. I'm helping people do the things that I've done, and that's the same. You've got some of the best people in the world back there who are available every day. So that's really important. That's what helped me transition from, because it was only 18 months ago that I jumped into BFA, that I didn't really know any of this stuff, right? But within a short period of time of just practicing over and over and over again, the results are phenomenal.
Yeah, obviously. So what words of advice would you have for somebody that's kind of still on the fence about being involved with Phonesites?
That's a good question. I think if you're on the fence, you've got to make a decision, and you've got to look at it, right? And you've got to say, am I happy with what I'm doing right now? What have I got to lose? A few $100, like $450 for a whole year of access to some people that have most likely done what I'm seeking to do. They're going to help me get my funnel up and running. They're going to help me get leads. I'd just be jumping in. That's what I did. I didn't even know what I needed it for at the time. I just knew that the people that were in there were going to be able to help me. I knew that the network was solid, and I knew what Ryan puts out there. It's no joke. So it's been one of the best decisions I've made. There's no doubt about it.
Now, Tim, I hear you say that you have a bunch of kangaroos in your backyard.
Yeah. That's a funny thing. Everyone always gives me a bit of stick about the kangaroos. It's a funny thing. In Australia, all the major cities, you won't see a kangaroo or Foster's beer. Everyone chips me about Foster's beer. I've never even drank it. It's probably crap. But I'm developing some land. It's about an hour outside of the major city. I've got a big 10-acre parcel of land. And I've got like literally got 100 kangaroos that are bouncing around. I live on top of this mountain. Brian, every now and again, he'll send me a text and say, "Hey, man, you fought that kangaroo yet?" And I'm like, "I'm not Rocky, man."
I'll look out for that when it happens.
Well,
yeah. I want you to know how grateful we are for you giving us this interview, man. And I'm quite certain your story is going to be inspiring and motivating to some people who are either on the fence about Phonesites, or whether they're undecided about the impact that being involved with the Breakthrough Academy can have for them. Because your experience prior to getting Phonesites started to develop with your involvement with the Academy. So we really appreciate your input, my brother.
Yeah. That's a whole story in itself, right? I was on the fence with BFA. I saw a blog post from Ryan. It was about catch, about selling. I'd been trying to do this deal for like 12 months, this big deal. I listened, learned, and implemented what I got from catch, made great amount of cash from this deal that had dragged on for 12 months, learned catch, got him across the line within a couple of weeks, and invested straight away into BFA and haven't looked back.
Man, that's an amazing testimony, my brother. Hey, we're going to continue to follow your progress, because I'm quite certain you're going to do more than the 20 that you're going to impact.
Definitely.
All right.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
Definitely.
All right.
Thanks, man.
Bye.